Welcome everyone to the Wheels
We're
Museum.
very
I'm honored to have Dr. Sylvia Ramos Cruz with us this morning. She's going to give a presentation. Would you care to tell our group what you're talking about today?
Sure.
Thank you.
So I'm very happy to be here at
Our
this
honor.
great historic place.
Thank you, darling.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I'm going to be speaking about my journeys to see women celebrated on road markers along the roads and highways in New Mexico.
It's wonderful.
That project began, I think, in 2006, 2005, when some women with the International Women's Forum realized that of the 500 or 600 markers, historic markers around the state, there were only a handful that celebrated women. So they set out, like all women do, to find other women whose history would really be appropriate to have featured on markers around the state. And of course, we know that any place takes 50% women and 50% men
That's right.
to be founded, to be, moved along, to be made into a real society.
Right.
So anyway, they found women to celebrate on those markers, and in 2006 recruited Governor Richardson at the time and the legislature into a project to fund markers to go alongside the
how
roads in
wonderful.
New Mexico that celebrated women.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Would you care to tell us about any specific woman that you found of great interest for the marker?
Well, there are so many women.
Sure.
Really. By now, there are about 120 markers.
Oh, good.
Of course, there are about 800 or 900 other markers along the roads,
For the
but
boys.
still, we need to get to 50% at least. But anyway, so there are so many. But
Yes.
one of whom I will not speak about today because I don't have enough time to talk about everybody,
Sure.
is Maria Concha Ortiz y Pino
Oh.
de Cleven.
Did you know her?
I did not,
I did.
because she lived a long time ago.
But I think I certainly knew of her. Yeah.
Way before I got to New Mexico,
Okay,
which was
okay.
in 1990.
Okay.
So Maria Concha Ortiz y Pino de Cleven was 10 years old when women got suffrage, got the right to vote in the United States, 10 years old. 21 years later, in 1941, she became the first majority whip of any state legislature in the country. And she was Hispanic, of course.
Yeah. And beautiful.
So, yes.
So beautiful.
Oh,
Remember her? Very,
yes.
so classy.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
Yeah.
A woman who got her fingers into every pie, as it were, every
Yes.
good pie,
Yes, that's
to
right.
benefit the people of New Mexico. She was on several boards and committees for the federal government. She advocated for Spanish education in the school systems. She advocated for the disabled,
Yeah.
women's rights, and the rights of anyone who was disenfranchised. And so she was in government for a long time, but even despite that, had much time to do things for other people. So I think in 1999 she was honored by Vista magazine as humanitarian of the century.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one of the women
So wonderful.
that I won't speak about today, but now we all know about.
I hope
and
you're one of the
there
women.
are many of them.
Are you one of the women?
I am not on any marker.
Should be. Should be. Let's work on that. Let's work on that. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
And my mother, I have to give a plug, was one of the first lady lawyers of America from New
Ah.
Mexico, and she helped write the labor law for America.
Really?
And she's not honored in any way either, but I think she should be.
Oh,
I think
that's
she should.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Labor
We all
law.
should be, yeah.
Women's labor law, women's labor, or just labor law in
Labor
general?
law in general. Oh yeah. In
That's
general.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
really.
Worked for the National Labor Relations Board with Eleanor Roosevelt and
Mm-hmm.
wrote the labor law for America. So that's right. Our we're not extolled as we should be. You're right.
Not by a long shot.
No, long
you know,
shot.
Really.
Not by a long shot.
We have done so many things.
Yes.
This country runs on unpaid labor, and I mean that.
Yeah, that's
Not only the labor of the people who stay at home and take care of children
Mhm.
uncompensated, but also the volunteers.
I've done this for 31 years,
That's
full time
right.
as a volunteer, and I'm pretty tired today.
That's right. No.
Yeah, no, I shouldn't say that, but
No,
it's hard. It's very hard.
Why
You-
not say that?
Well, you're kind.
Aren't you human?
You're kind, darling. You're kind. Yeah,
Yes.
one fights many wars to accomplish.
all
I'm
at
sure you
once.
feel
You
the
know,
same.
women can multitask.
Yeah,
Grab
no
a
kidding.
kid over here,
A
throw
grandkid
the
over
bacon
here.
in the
Oh,
frying
that's right.
pan,
That's right.
and wash the dishes at the same time.
Yeah, and when World War II came, women were here at the rail yards in midnight, washing the locomotives while the men were trying to save us from Hitler.
Yeah.
Locomotives would come in. 40 locomotives a month were repaired here, and the women were coming at midnight to wash them in cold weather, hot weather. I mean, horrible task. They were also feeding the men when the men were working here. They would make the cheese sandwiches or whatever it was, and in the homes nearby, and the men would come to eat. So that's exactly right.
Yeah, and many of them, I'm sure, went home and made packages to send to the soldiers.
Oh yes,
right,
and that's
all
another
the time.
Yeah,
So it wasn't
and
only,
sent their children to the war to die for the cause. Yeah,
but it wasn't only men who were fighting Hitler.
that's right.
Women at home were fighting
That's
Hitler
exactly
by
right.
supporting the infrastructure of the
That's
country,
exactly
so
right.
it wouldn't collapse while they went off to war.
Yes.
During the First World War, there was a movement called the Women's Land Army. The Women's Land Army grew out of feminism and the suffrage movement. And what it did was when the men went off to war in 1917, the crops were left on the fields.
Yeah.
And if there was nobody
That's
to
right.
pick them, nobody would eat. So the Women's Land Army began to recruit women to go into the fields to pick the crops.
Yeah.
And they did. And they, here in New Mexico, they helped, they saved the crops down in the Mimbres area and the southern area of the state. So women have always
Yes.
been partners with men in whatever needs to be done.
That's right.
To move the country forward.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah. And I cannot thank you enough. I love you. I've known you a long time, but this has been a very, very touching interview and a very important interview. One of the best ones I think we've ever done.
Thank you.
Cannot thank you enough.
you.
We can't wait to hear your talk. It's going to be at 10 o'clock, so they better hurry up. It's wonderful,
I appreciate being here
we're
with
so
you
thrilled
today.
to have you.
Thank
So
you.
thrilled to have you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.